Hey guys, welcome back to Glam Finds, and today, since I've done videos on I think all 5 of the Rose Oud fragrances, kind of want to do a video comparing, mostly because, well, you guys asked me to. So I'm actually going to do this one in order from least favorite to favorite. You're gonna see what all of these have in common, and it's like a lot of things other than just Rose Oud. It's funny, I'll show you at the end, but let me just start with my number 5 because I don't want to give you like a 45-minute introduction when there's just 5 fragrances, and I hate giving you guys super long videos. I'm not a big fan. So we're gonna start with my least favorite, which has grown on me and I like it more. It's just, for me, it hasn't been a huge compliment getter. I'm sure for other people it will be. It's a skin chemistry thing. You guys already know my skin's sweet and stuff, and I actually like this one on strip more than on skin, and it's going to be Swiss Arabian Oud S-Wood. You guys already know, I've done the video. I'm not going to go too far into the notes, but this one is really sweet to me. You're going to get a pretty good blast of saffron at the beginning, which I actually like. Saffron can sometimes give me that, like, it's like a sharp, almost, I can't describe it, like kind of like a minty-ish feeling. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm talking about, but it's something that kind of tickles your nostrils. I know I've said that before, and I know it's the dumbest thing you've probably ever heard, but I like it a lot. So I really like how it opens up with that saffron. However, this stays really sweet for the life of the fragrance. That's why it's my number 5. It's really sweet to me. Synthetic sweet. I don't mind synthetic, as you'll be able to tell. A lot of these have a lot of synthetic sweetness to them. However, this one is just a little too abrasive for me. So with this one, what you're going to be getting is the rose, definitely vanilla, I get amber, definitely saffron, not a ton of the oud. I mean, I think you can kind of detect the oud, but it's not a heavy oud compared to all the sweet notes in here. There's some florals in the middle and a little bit of spices, including cumin and coriander, which I like, but I don't really smell them heavily in this. If anything, they're in the background. So for this is a really candy sweet rose to my nose. And it's good depending on who you are. If your skin sweetens things, this may be too sweet for you. That's kind of what my issue with this was. I honestly can imagine a lot of people really enjoying this. Maybe if your skin tends to make things a little bit less sweet, amplifies spicy notes, stuff like that, I think this could be good for you. However, because of my skin chemistry with this, it wasn't the Rose Oud for me. Again, watch the video. Obviously, it's a really good performer. All of these are really good performers. One of them performs a little less beastly than the others, but none of them are slouches. And price point for this is going to be similar than the rest, or similar to the rest, 75 ml for around the $30 mark. Next. So this one was one of my first fragrance videos, if not my first fragrance video on this channel. You can watch the video. It's not good, but you know, at least I'm honest about it. And it's going to be Scent Story 24 Gold. If you guys haven't checked this out, do it soon. I think they're getting discontinued because I know Scent Story is not renewing with the 24 line. I have 2 of these fragrances. There's a couple more in my cart that I'm going to be picking up because I don't want to miss out. And I know that this one is a really strong performer. It's a pretty beastly fragrance. I know I went nose blind to it and pretty much choked out quite a few people the first time I wore it, but I'm better with that now. This one to me is fairly gourmand. Honestly, I don't feel like I get a ton of abrasive synthetics, and I can actually detect the oud in this, but not aggressive, not animalic or anything like that. Again, I'm probably not as sensitive to oud as a lot of other people, but to me, this is borderline gourmand. I like it a lot. In terms of the notes, you're gonna get a lot of vanilla. That's gonna be primarily what you smell. It's really good, and this is in here. It's kind of a cheat because this is an oud fragrance. So this is not a Rose Oud fragrance. This is in here because I'm actually doing a separate rose video and I wanted to do an oud video. This is an oud that doesn't have rose in it. It's a really good oud to me. Honestly, I think it's quality. You're gonna get amber, you're gonna get, there's some florals. I don't really detect them too much in here. But to me, it's a really nice creamy oud fragrance with the vanilla. The creaminess is going to come from the sandalwood. Honestly, this is a really good value, especially if you're not a big fan of rose, but you really want to try an oud that's really wearable. This is honestly probably one of the best ones you're going to get. Next. So this next one I pretty much just did the review on. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I feel like that would be a huge waste of time. But it's my number 3 in this list, and it's going to be Oud. The quality in this is really nice. The only reason it's not higher to the top is because it's pretty sweet. You guys already know with skin that's sweet and stuff, it can be a little cloying on my skin. I'm not the biggest fan, but I honestly think most people are going to like this one and can probably get a lot of compliments with it. Again, gets compared to Lancome Oud Bouquet. There are some days I wake up and I want to wear this. I just feel like this is the one that I'm going to wear today because it is a really good smelling fragrance. And for around the $30 mark, $35 mark, like, you're not going to beat it, honestly. The quality is really, really good. The bottle is not my favorite. It's just like fingerprints all over the place, but the fragrance itself is really nice. Like, you're not going to dislike this fragrance. There's just no way. And I think because of skin chemistry differences, I feel like so far all of these are unisex. I think all of them on this list are listed unisex, and I genuinely feel like they go unisex. So this one is for if you just want a really high quality Rose Oud, but you want it to be on the gourmand side, because to me this one is definitely fairly gourmand. It's got vanilla. It's got I think a really hefty dose of vanilla in it. I kind of get like vanilla cookie vibes, but not in a bad way. Like, I like it, but if I was more of a gourmand lover, I would love it a lot more. The reason you're gonna get that though is the praline in this is it's a really good praline. Yeah, honestly, like, if you are a gourmand lover and you don't have this, like, you really need to get it. This is like probably one of the best value gourmands or Rose Oud fragrances that you're gonna get. It's probably a staple. Honestly, I see myself wearing this even more once it gets colder, because when it gets really cold, like, I'm more than happy wearing gourmands. I will actually wear them during the day, not at night, probably different than other people. But this is totally going to be a daytime fragrance that I rock when it's really cold, because it's going to cut through the cold. And out here, you know, when I go into the city, it's super windy, and I feel like this will survive that kind of weather. Next. So this next fragrance has one of my favorite notes in it. I think a lot of them had this note, but this one I can actually smell it in it, and that's why this one is my number 2, and it's going to be our Muff Club de Nuit Intense Woman. This is one of the first Muffs that I ever purchased, if not the very first one, and I love this fragrance. It's not too sweet to my nose. It's so good. I actually think this is going to be my scent of the day. It's so good. You also get rose and saffron in this, but you get a lot of other things, spices, a really good dose of patchouli, and I love the patchouli in here. It's so good. I mean, I love patchouli in general, but I feel like patchouli darkens fragrances, and I like them more when they're a little darker and, you know, a little more seductive, and I think that's what makes this a little more seductive, and I've gotten really good compliments with this one. So yeah, you're gonna get vanilla, but I don't think you're gonna get an overdose of vanilla in this. It's so good. It's so good, guys. Like, this one, for the $25 that it costs, it's worth so much more. Again, this one gets compared to Noir de Noir by Tom Ford. But it's so good. If you don't have it and you do like Rose and Oud, or if you just like patchouli and you kind of want to try something a little sweet, this is so good, guys. Get it. Next. So far, what you've noticed is all of the bottles are golden black, and my number 1 is no different. It's going to be Tiziana Terenzi Gold Rose Oud. I've done the video on this. You guys already know that I've gotten like a ton of compliments with this one because it is an extrait. This one actually does have honey in it. This is going to be way more of a rose fragrance than an oud fragrance. Technically, I could have put this on my rose fragrance video. That's going to be, I think it's like a week or 2 after this one publishes. I don't know yet. It also has patchouli. It's just so good, and the rose feels so fresh in this one. I get compliments throughout the day when I wear this because it's really good. And I feel like it's such a good nighttime fragrance. And the rose is jammy, but it's not overly sweet. It's just a really well-balanced fragrance. They couldn't have done a better job. I like this. I didn't like it as much when I got it. I thought it was good, but the more I wore this, the more I realized, like, this is really good. I mean, they even have black pepper in this fragrance. It's so good, guys. If you haven't tried this, it's honestly really affordable for a niche fragrance. You can get it for under $90, full presentation. Sometimes they sell it for more, but somebody told me about a place where they got it on sale. I will try to link where he said he got it in the description down below because it is a really good price. But this is like, out of all of these, honestly, I don't really know, but both of these have gotten me the most compliments between Gold Rose Oud and our Muff Club Nuit Intense Woman. This is unisex, by the way. I think it's advertised as woman, but I know it's super unisex. This is I think this is the darkest one out of all of them. It kind of goes between these, and these two are the least sweet. If you don't really love sweet fragrances, these are the ones for you. I love them both. I love this one just a smidge more, but honestly, they're both really good. Like, I couldn't really choose if you put a gun to my head, because this would change day by day. Like, again, I really want to wear Club de Nuit Intense Woman today because it's just so good. Ah, it's so good. But yeah, somebody asked me about wearable ouds, and I thought, hey, let me do one about 5 what I think are really wearable ouds, because even the sweetest one to me is going to be wearable, and I think this is going to be perfect for certain skin types out there that your skin doesn't sweeten stuff, so this will probably end up being insanely balanced on you. If you're a guy and if you've tried this and you don't have my skin type, comment down below. I kind of want to know other people's experiences with these fragrances, especially this one, because I think it may be probably the newest one out of all of them, and I haven't heard too many people talk about it, so I'm curious. As always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!